Kasi hindi.
Ikaw daw, kasabalo?
Oh my God, Daniel Padilla, Patrick Verlano.
Daghan kaayong salamat for the full support of the WSOP North Mid Chapter!
It's like a dream come true to me. I never imagined my life stepping here in front of you with all the wet fires. I am so happy and overwhelmed with all your support.
2022 is a great year to start for our union of all wedding suppliers in Northern Mindanao.
This is an industry na gusto natin. I believe iba-iba ang mga profession nyo. Pero mas pinili natin na ito ang trabaho natin at ito ang maging negosyo natin. Kasi mahal natin itong industriya na ito.
Thank you so much, and I want to encourage each and every one of you to please do your best. Work hard lang kita because we plan that we will have another like this next year. So we are going to observe all of you, makeup artists, coordinators, event stylists. Who knows, you will be the next awardees of Wedding Supply Association of the Philippines. Thank you so much.
A pleasant afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's episode of our talk show entitled Let's Talk About Weddings. Please allow me to begin by introducing myself. My name is Noe Ordineza, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. And of course, I'd like to greet everyone who visits our Facebook and YouTube channel and watches us there. I hope you're all having a good time. Just to see how our viewers are doing, leave a comment or a heart reaction and wow response in our box below. All right, before we welcome our guest speaker, we would like to express our gratitude to the following sponsors for their support on today's event. Med Results, Accounting Portal Philippines, Alaba, Alabang Realty Estate Directory, Mobile Palenque, Philippine Travel Expo, Philippine Virtual Expo, Philippine Workshops, Online Pasalubong, and lastly, our Philippine Hotels Directory. If you have any questions during the broadcast, please leave them in the comment section. There will be time set aside at the end of the event for the questions and answers. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our today's guest speaker. Our guest speaker this afternoon is the marketing officer in charge of Sarangani Highlands Garden and Restaurant. Let us all welcome Miss Jennyvie Solis. Hello, good afternoon, Miss Jennyvie.
Hello, good afternoon. Hindi pa ako kita, Sir Noe ba? Hindi pa ako
Sorry
makita
po.
sa cam.
Yes po, ma'am. If you don't mind me asking po about your camera po.
For a while lang, sir. Parang may technical problem kasi sa end ko, sir.
Okay po. So ayun, but before that, siguro habang inaayos ni Ma'am Genevieve ang kanyang camera, let's take a break po, commercial break po for this event.
Kasi mong date.
Ikaw daw, wala sa balo.
Oh my God, Daniel Padilla, Patrick Fernando.
Daghan kaayong salamat for the full support of the WSUP North Mid Chapter!
It's like a dream come true for me. I never imagined my life stepping here in front of you with all the wet fires. I am so happy and overwhelmed with all your support.
2022 is a great year to start for our union of all wedding suppliers in Northern Mindanao.
an industry na gusto natin. I believe iba-iba ang mga profession nyo. Pero mas pinili natin na ito ang trabaho natin at ito ang maging negosyo natin. Kasi mahal natin itong industriya na to. Kaya natin magtrabaho kahit malapit tayo sa inyo.
Thank you so much, and I want to encourage each and every one of you to please do your best. Work hard lang kita because we plan that we will have another like this next year. So we are going to observe all of you, makeup artists, coordinators, event stylists. Who knows? You will be the next awardees of Wedding Supply Association of the Philippines. Thank you so much.
So ayan, we're back. So Miss Jen, are you there? Good afternoon, Miss Jennyvie. So nagkakaroon lang tayo ng technical problem about sa camera po ni Miss Jennyvie. But nandito po si Miss Jennyvie para ibigay sa atin at magbigay sa atin ng knowledge about the wedding suppliers and their events po para maging maging lesson po sa lahat ng mga suppliers all around the Philippines. And Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines is directing into international na po as all you know, and we're targeting na po the Asia po, the Asia Pacific po. And so ayun po, good luck po sa atin na Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines. So, ayan, mukhang technical pa po ang problem ni Miss Jennyvie. Okay po. So now, habang inaantay po natin ulit si Miss Jennyvie, let's take a commercial break po to make it more clear and to make our interview more smoothly.
stay here forever.
So now we're back. So mukhang ayos na ang problem with technical ni Miss Jennyvie. So mangamusta muna tayo sa ating comments in our Facebook and YouTube channel. So shoutout muna tayo kay Miss JM, and thank you po sa lahat ng nanonood and sumusuporta sa ating Let's Talk About Weddings po ngayon. Hi Miss Catherine, hi Miss Rosella and Miss Aizel. So ayan po. So Miss Jenny, are you there na po?
Hello?
Hello, Ma'am Jennyvie.
Yes po, marinig na ako, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes po, ma'am. Rinig na po kayo, ma'am.
Yes. In behalf of Sarangani Highlands Garden, good afternoon. I'm Jennyvie Solis. I'm the Marketing OIC. So, we're grateful po sa invitation ng Wedding Associations of the Philippines. So, nice to meet din yung mga ano natin, no, mga wedding suppliers
Yes,
nationwide,
ma'am.
in which we are delighted.
So, ayun, mukhang nagkaroon na naman po tayo ng technical problem with the camera or even the audio of Miss Jennyvie. Miss Jennyvie. So sa ating mga viewers dyan through live Facebook and YouTube channel, please do comments about this. And sana po sa maririnig nyo or malalaman nyo pong aral about sa company ni Miss Jenny, na ating marketing officer in charge sa ating Highlands po. And sana po maging successful pong ating event.
Yes,
Hi,
hello,
Miss
sir.
Jenny.
Yes,
So
sir.
ayan, okay po.
Mm-mm.
Balik na po tayo sa ating flow po ng ating program. So,
Mm-mm.
una po, kamustahin ko po muna po kayo. Kamusta po Ma'am Jennyvie ang inyong pong first guesting sa aming event na Let's Talk About Weddings po?
So in behalf of Sarangani Highlands Garden, we are grateful po sa invitation po ng Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines. Kasi nga po, we got to know different suppliers, and at the same time, makilala din sa other social media platforms.
Yes.
Sarangani Highland caters venues not only for weddings but for let's say yung mga birthdays, nagki-cater din po kami ng mga ganyan. So,
Okay po.
we are grateful po sa invitation.
Ah, Thank you so much, Miss Jenny po, for accepting our invitation po as a guest speaker for today's LTO po. So for the first question, ma'am, as we have viewers right now in different places po, can you give us a little hint or background about your company or the Sarangani Highlands Garden and Restaurant po?
Okay. Sarangani Highlands Garden started from a passion. So, passion in gardening. Then, it turns out to be profitable in terms of the demand ng mga tao kasi they wanted to dine because of the perfect place to relax, may alfresco dining, then the natural backdrop ng nature talaga, yun yung hinahabol dito ng tao. Then, due to the demand, kaya may mga gustong ikasal na dito, dito na mag-celebrate ng birthdays, reunions, and then we expanded. Meron na kaming resort sa ngayon. So we offer not only caters, birthdays, but we could consider na part na din siya ng tourism, yung Sarangani Highlands Garden.
So ayan, mukhang sobrang ganda naman po sa resort ni ma'am and sa restaurant niya po. So ngayon pa lang po kino-congratulate ko na kayo for being part of your company. And
Thank you so
sana po
much.
magpatuloy pa po ang magandang ani ng ating sari-sariling company po. So for the second question, ma'am, what is the mission and the vision po of the Sarangani Highlands Garden and Restaurant po?
Of course, the mission and the vision is first is to expand and at the same time to help the employees as well na malapit dito sa areas. So what we wanted is to give what do you call this, yung pangkabuhayan yung mga malapit dito sa area since hindi kami within the city proper. Yun
Okay
yung
po.
ano namin. We are aiming for that.
Okay po. Thank you so much, ma'am. So for the third question po, what is the main goal of the company po?
The main goal of the company is, of course, to give a consistent customer service satisfaction and at the same time um, to cater all the needs ng ating mga customers.
Okay po. So, isa 'to ma'am sa mga questions na talaga nakakaintriga po 'no. So, what does Sarangani Highlands Garden and Resort offer besides from what you have said earlier po?
Out
Ano pa
of
po?
our competitors, we could offer not just dining. It's because when you say dining, it's purely eating, but with the natural backdrops that we have, uh, the alfresco that I mentioned earlier, it's really different. You have the experience of reconnecting with nature. Yun nga yung ano ko kanina. You are reconnecting with nature nga, then parang hindi siya ano ba, there's no human intervention doon sa mga structures, but
Wow,
you could reconnect
with
with
with the other
nature.
people na yes po.
Mm-mm. Then
So,
with
thank you
other
so much
people,
ma'am. Yes.
mm-mm.
So, eto naman po, sa tingin niyo po ma'am, kailan po ang naging peak season po ng ating company po?
Peak seasons, normally nasa mga bare months talaga. Yun talaga yung pinaka magandang ano ng company. Parang
Yes
masasabi mo
po.
na sustainable.
Yes po.
Mm-mm.
So ayun ma'am, we are both a marketing officer po in our both company po, in different companies po. So, can you give us a background po of what you are doing or as a marketing officer in charge po?
As marketing officer in charge, we reach out with different organizers here in General Santos Pamuna. Then at the same times, we connect with we connect with Department of Tourism kasi nga they help us na maano since kakabalik lang ng business due to pandemic kasi natamaan talaga yung ano yung negosyo due to pandemic. So sa
Oo.
ngayon, hindi pa siya talaga ganun kaano ba, sustainable. So we're in the process of parang starting pa lang talaga.
So nagka-comeback pa lang po siya ma'am, no?
Yun pa lang
Because of
yung
the
ano.
pandemic po kasi sobrang naging stress, less work, less
Mm.
jobs po yung mga tao. So,
Then
next
social
question.
media din is ano, malaking tulong since
Yes, of
face to
course,
face is
ma'am.
really not really not advisable sa ngayon. Though bumabalik siya pero yun nga, the influence of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok is very high talaga.
Yes. It is so much relevant po nowadays, lalo na sa yung pandemic. And
Yes.
I'm going to ask you personally lang po, ma'am, na when did you start working po at Sarangani?
Actually, hindi pa ako katagalan sa company. But last year, June 2021, I started working here as a marketing. Then the company is sustaining naman. They are giving what the employees deserve.
Yes.
The right benefits, yung mandated ng government meron, and others.
So magwa 1 year na tayo, ma'am, no, sa company po.
Yes po, yes.
Congratulations po.
Thank you so
And
much.
how did you start your career naman po in your company? And is it your passion po ba talaga to be a marketing officer, or aside of that, meron pa kayong gustong gawin? And how long have you been working in the company po? Ay, sorry paulit na po ako. So ayun po,
It's
how
okay.
did you start your career, and is it your passion po ba talaga as a marketing officer po?
Before, in my previous jobs, I've been a franchise officer because I've worked in a franchising company. Then I've transferred to a marketing department. Then when I transferred here at Sarangani Highlands Garden, I was placed as well here at the marketing department. I started as marketing supervisor.
Congratulations, ma'am, for that. Hopefully
Thank you
po,
so much.
I'll be like you po soon once I've been graduated po.
Yes.
So for the next question po, Ma'am Jennyvie, about the skills naman po. Can you give us some background and tips on what skills do every professional marketing OIC must possess?
Of course, you need to understand the needs of the customers, kung ano yung mga pangangailangan nila. Since ngayon, yung luxury is very ano na ba, parang hindi na masyadong need ng tao.
Yes
So
po,
you need to
irrelevant.
identify kung ano talaga yung pangangailangan para kagatin ka ng consumers. Then at the same time, yun yung ginagawa lang namin social media platforms lang talaga sa ngayon.
So, ayun
Then
nga
of
po.
course,
Yes,
developing yung
ma'am.
mga existing dito na mga resources, yung mga areas pa na need to develop, which we could generate naman ng income.
Okay po. So, what is your worst experience naman po when handling clients or customers po?
Of course, we need to understand our customers kung, yun nga, yung na-mention ko kanina, kung ano yung mga needs. We need to extend naman, hindi naman kailangan na i-implement talaga yung, of course, policy is really important, but we really need to know kung saan ang gagaling, kung ba't ganun yung requirement ng ating customers.
Yes.
So, yan po.
So, masyado po palang ano. So, how many hours do you work in a day po, ma'am? Or do you always work during weekends po, or even holidays?
As a marketing OIC, we've worked more than 8 hours. But that 8 hours doesn't, hindi talaga siya kinakailangan na yung physical doon ka talaga sa workplace mo. But in terms of yung strategies na kasi, yung kailangan na i-develop na ba? Kung ano yung magiging other initiatives mo for the next months, for the next year, yun na po.
So, ayun, ma'am. Thank you so much po for personal questions po na naitanong po namin sa iyo. And we're back naman po sa questions about the company. So, ma'am, moving on to the other questions, how is the company when it comes to weddings po, ma'am?
In terms of weddings, Sarangani Highlands naman is really supportive. Yun nga, kung ano yun nga, prior to the negotiation, kung ano yung needs ni coordinator, hiningi talaga namin para at least in the middle of hindi na magka-problema. Any requirements, may mga considerations naman na binibigay.
So, relevant po dyan, ma'am, yung mga talagang gustong team or gustong mangyari ng mga clients po natin, right po?
Yes po. Mm-mm.
So, aside from the weddings po, what other parties does your company cater po?
Meron kasi, depende kasi yan sir, birthdays, reunions, oath taking, mga functions, we offer functions like live-in seminars, live out, yan po.
Ah,
Yun yung mga ino-offer namin. Aside from day tour,
okay po ma'am, thank you po. So, matanong ko lang po ma'am, ano po yung pinaka naging memorable sa inyong wedding reception po na na-booking po sa Sarangani?
so far, yung pinaka-memorable namin is when one of our clients na are mu- Muslim brothers and sisters na kinasal dito because of the number of packs. Then, yung sa tradition, very ano lang talaga, yung very ano sila sa ano nila ba, yung sa
Religious
tradition.
po.
Mm-mm.
So, sa tingin niyo ma'am, mas maraming guests yung mga ikinakasal na Muslim or sa mga Catholic po?
Actually, same lang naman siya in terms of number of packs, yung sa requirement. Wala naman siyang diferensya.
Okay po, ma'am. So, moving on to another question po. Since trends are fast-paced and continuously changing, how do you keep up with industry trends and news po, ma'am?
Come again, sir. Ano yun, sir?
Ah, And now we're back. So sorry po for the technical problem. The internet connection was unstable. So Miss Jennifer, are you still there po? I'm so sorry for interruption po, ma'am.
Okay lang po. Marinig pa ako, sir.
Yes po, ma'am. Sorry po for the internet connection unstable po.
No worries, sir. It's okay
Ah,
po.
so sorry, ma'am. Balik po tayo sa ating question. So moving on to the next question po. How is the company um, cater naman po ng receptions for weddings? Is it okay naman po ba? And how your company po treat naman po yung mga ating clients po sa tingin niyo po? Mga feedbacks po ng ating mga customers.
Mm. Like what I said earlier, yung sa end naman namin, we make sure na bago mag-start.
So ayan, nagkakaroon talaga tayo ng internet connection sa ating um, interview ngayon with Miss Jennyvie. So, kamusta kaya ang ating mga nasa comment section? Sana po nanonood po kayo kahit meron po tayong unstable na ganitong interview. And Miss Jennyvie. So, ayan mukhang unstable din po ang internet connection ni Miss Jennyvie. For a while po, ayan na po si Miss Jennyvie. Hi, ma'am. So, ayan, nagkakaroon po tayo ng interruption, no? Are you okay na
Yes,
po,
sir.
Miss Jennyvie?
Oo, parang,
Okay po,
ayan,
ma'am.
sir. Is
Okay
it
na
good
po.
na po?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po.
Mhm.
So, next
Um,
question po. Ay, ma'am, sorry. Sorry po.
mm
About the
Regarding
feedback
doon
po
sa
about
ano,
my...
tanong mo kanina, Sir Noe, yun nga, kinukuha namin yung mga requirement ng client, yung mga needs, or at least walang magka-aberya in the middle or yung pag-start na talaga ng ano, ng setup.
Okay po, ma'am. So, next question po. Since, on the other hand, what makes a hotel restaurant successful and how do you measure that success po?
Come again, sir?
What makes a hotel restaurant successful and how do you measure that success?
We could measure that it is successful naman sa satisfaction ng client or ng guest na pumapasok. If there's a lot of um, customer complaints, it means na we really need to improve kung ano man yun, kung ano yung mga factors that affecting our services. Then, yun nga, kung maganda naman yung feedback ng client, we're delighted naman po and motivated and motivate namin yung mga staff um, na maging consistent sa services na ino-offer namin with our client.
Yes, ma'am. So, matanong ko lang, ma'am, kinakaya pa po ba ang mga questions? Masyado po bang madami?
Okay na, sir.
So, moving on, meron na lang po tayong 5 set of questions. And ito po, what are the motivations of your industry po, ma'am? Which is wedding.
Ano yun, sir? What are the,
Motivations po of your industry.
of course, the future business that we have, yung mga existing companies, yung mga labor companies, in which magiging client din namin in the future, yung mga rising business. Kasi we believe kasi na this pandemic would not be a hindrance naman para mag-stop yung operation. It will continuously sustain as long as may perseverance lang din sa end ng marketing and how we promote and give awareness doon sa mga future clients pa namin.
So, ma'am, yan. So, thank you po, ma'am. So, as you can see, Miss Genevieve, as a result po ng pandemic, several businesses po are struggling, including the industry you are in, since mass gathering is prohibited po. So, my question is, how do you see this pandemic as an opportunity to grow Sarangani Highlands Garden and Resort po?
Of course, due to pandemic, kasi nag-close kasi yung company for 8 months. Then may mga realizations lang in terms of handling manpowers, how to conserve mga resources na available sa amin. So yun yung pagtitipid in the right way na practice namin. Then yung money na improve.
Yes.
Then of course, yung mga existing na mga resources na develop, kung ano pa yung pwede pala, which is um, profitable naman pala, yung mga hindi nakita before during pre-pandemic.
Okay po, ma'am. So, eto po, ma'am. Ano po sa tingin nyo, since June po kayo nagsimula, tama po, ma'am?
Come again
So,
po.
since po na pumasok po kayo ng June and meron po kayo na mga naging event, sa tingin niyo po, ano po yung pinaka naging worst event niyo po or worst problem na naranasan po ng company niyo, and how did you cope up po with the problem?
Of course, yung mga customer complaints talaga, yung sunod-sunod na mga customer complaints.
Opo.
Ano kasi siya, though hindi siya ganun ka, medyo malaki kasi yung impact. We cater kasi customer complaints as kailangan talaga ng improvement ba ng organization. So what we do, ina-align talaga namin yung mga nangyari at after the business, mini-meet namin yung mga staff and talk about the problem kung ano yung mga nangyari, ba't nagkaganon, and what's the recommendations to give a better service na lang in the future. Since nangyari na, at least, meron kaming solutions on our end kung paano kami makakabigay ng magandang service for our next or repeat customers.
And I hope po naman that your company will, magkukuha po ng mga results, masusolve po lahat ng problema, ay mga complaints na yan, at alam ko po na ang ating garden resort ay magiging successful po throughout their company. So we're ended up with the last question, Miss Jennyvie. Who are the people behind the success of Sarangani Highlands Garden and Resort? Restaurant, would you like to mention them and thank them na lang din po?
Yes, we would like to thank as well na yung sa Sargani Highlands Management, our General Manager, Mr. Roberto S. Sancho, the officers, and the employees who work behind para maging successful yung company, sustaining despite these trying times na kahit na nasa kaka-start pa lang, at least lumalaban pa rin. We're
Yes.
still profitable kahit na ganito pa lang yung business. And we are readying ourselves na din for the future businesses na makukuha pa.
So ayun, thank you so much, Miss Jenny. That concludes our question and answer session. Now that you have the stage, would you like to promote the Sarangani Highlands Garden and Restaurant?
Yes, to all the organizers na nationwide, Sarangani Highlands offers po natural backdrops for weddings, birthdays, and reunions. So, if you have clients na from Jensen's or want to have a venue here in Jensen, you may tap us po as one of your preferred venues.
So ayun, thank you, Miss Jennyvie, for sharing some of your valuable time with us this afternoon and providing us with wonderful stories and inspiring insights. I hope lahat ng na nakikinig at nanonood po ay may napulot na aral dahil siksik, liglig at umaapaw sa learnings ang episode natin ngayong hapon. But we're not finished yet. Let's just take a commercial break for a moment. So we're back. Hello there. I hope our
Yeah.
audience were able to take notes and more importantly, learn from today's speaker. Thank you so much for being our special guest speaker for this afternoon, Miss Jennyvie. As a
Thank you so
gesture of our
much.
gratitude for your participation, you will receive and your company an e-certificate.
Thank you, Sir Noah, for the invitation to be your
Yes,
guest
po.
speaker and to all participants po in this Zoom meeting. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, this e-certificate is proudly presented to Sarangani Highlands Garden and Restaurant for imparting valuable knowledge during this Let's Talk About Weddings as a guest speaker on April 11, 2022. Once again, thank you, Miss Jenny, for your time and effort. I hope you also enjoyed our talk show this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Sir
Thank you
Noah.
so much for and again, we would like to thank the following sponsors for this WSAP Updates event. Thank you so much, Med Results, Accounting Portal Philippines, Alabang Estate Realty Directory, Mobile Palenque, Philippine Travel Expo, Philippine Virtual Expo, Philippine Workshops, Online Pasalubong, and lastly, our Philippine Hotels Directory. Thank you for supporting our event. But before we end this afternoon, the WSAP would like to promote the upcoming event. The WSAP would like to promote the Palawan Wedding Expo on April 22 to April 24, the Bataan Wedding Expo, the Capital Square, May 13 to May 15, Zamboanga Wedding Expo at KCC Mall de Zamboanga on May 21 and May 22. The Davao Wedding Expo, NCC Mall, Buhanginan, May 27 and May 29. The Alabang Wedding Expo in Alabang Town Center on June 3 to June 5. The Cavite Wedding Expo, the District Imus Ayala Malls, hello po, June 3 to June 5 po sila. The Cebu Wedding Expo at Ayala Malls, July 15 to July 17. The Cagayan de Oro Wedding Expo, City Mall, Bulua, July 8 to July 10. Tagaytay Wedding Expo, Fora Mall, June 17 to June 19. Pampanga Wedding Expo, in Marquee Mall, July 8 to July 10. The Pasig Wedding Expo, Ayala Malls, the 30th on July 1 to 3. The Cavite Wedding Expo at SM Rosario, July 8 to July 10. The Pasig Wedding Expo at Ayala Malls, Feliz, July 8 to July 10 as well. And Cebu Wedding Expo, the Ayala Malls Central Block, to July 15 to July 17. The Quezon City Uptown Center, July 29 to July 31. The Davao Abriza on September 2 to September 4. The Palawan, July 8 to July 10. The Cavite Wedding Expo at City Mall Anabu on June 24 to June 26. The Wedding Expo in Bataan, May 13 to May 15. The Tarlac Wedding Expo at City Mall Tarlac, July 29 to July 31. The Bacolod Wedding Expo in City Mall Mandalagan, July 22 to July 24. And the Cavite Wedding Expo at City Mall Anabu, June 24 to June 26. And lastly, and not the least, the Zambales Harbor Point, June 10 to June 12. And introducing the new segment of the Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines, the WSAP Masterclass. You will teach as you learn, and you will learn as you teach. It will provide any aspiring Filipino the opportunity to learn more about the various aspects of the wedding industry. This portion will allow them to watch and learn from the pros advice. We would like also to promote the Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporated membership. Be a proud member. If you're still not a member, what are you waiting for? Visit our main Facebook page and direct message us for more inquiries. Thank you for attending our today's episode and especially to our guest speaker, Miss Jennyvie Solis, on behalf of Sarangani Highlands Garden and Resort. Once again, I am Noe Ordineza signing off on behalf of WSAP. Thank you for your time and consideration. Stay safe and have a wonderful day, everyone.